Now that the Masters has officially wrapped up, the 2025 Crucible season is underway. In this guide, we'll show you everything you need to know for the season ahead. We've got a few rules specific to the Crucible to keep things fun, fair, and moving along. Here's what you need to know.
The Crucible follows standard USGA rules, the same ones you're probably already used to. That said, a few common situations tend to cause confusion, so here are some quick clarifications. For man-made obstructions, if your ball lands on something like a sprinkler head or cart path, you're entitled to free relief. 2 club lengths from the obstruction, no closer to the hole. The same goes for standing water or puddles. 2 club lengths of relief, no penalty. As for plug lies, if your ball is embedded anywhere other than a bunker, you can take a free drop. And no fluffing lies, which means play it as it lies.
Especially you, Daniel. Gimmies are in play. Any putt within 3 feet, or roughly 1 putter length, from the hole is considered good. No need to putt it out. Why? Because Daniel is going to take them anyway, so now we all do. Out of bounds relief. If you lose a ball OB, you can take a lateral drop back in bounds for a 1-stroke penalty. No need to re-tee or walk back to the tee box. Fairway divots. If your ball lands in a divot in the fairway, you're allowed to lift and drop within 1 club length of the divot, no closer to the hole. This doesn't apply in the rough. Breakfast ball. You're allowed 1 mulligan off the first tee if you desire to use one. However, it'll cost you 1 point. The choice is yours. Weekly round submissions. Any round you play during the week can count as your Crucible round. Just remember, only the rounds you actually submit will factor into your handicap. If your handicap is low during the Crucible Cup at the end of the season from having only submitted your best rounds, you may struggle to earn some points during the Crucible Cup.
Now, as for the point system this year, each hole you play earns you points based off of your score. Par, bogey, double, etc.
Maybe for you, but for me it's more like birdie, eagle, albatross.
Okay, but those points are adjusted for your handicap. So it's not just about raw score, it's about how you perform relative to your skill level. For example, if an 18 handicap player makes a bogey and a 36 handicap player makes a double bogey, they'll earn roughly the same points because the system accounts for the difference in handicap. At the end of each round, your total points are added up and used for the league standings and team events. These points will then be used for awards at the end of the season. Each week, there's a team event where your round contributes to your team's total points. At the end of the season, the team with the highest cumulative score will take home the first team medals. On the individual side, your top 10 rounds will count toward the season-long point total. That means out of the 14-week season, you've got some flexibility with up to 4 weeks off without it affecting your shot at the individual trophy. However, all weeks off could affect your team's chance at winning the weekly events.
Moving on to the format of this season. The schedule will look as follows. 14 weeks with 5 different team event formats. These formats include team total events, matchups, solo events, a mini major, and the Crucible Cup. These will rotate each week as shown to the right.
The first event format in this rotation is a team total. In this setup, everyone plays their own round, but only the top 3 individual point totals from each team count toward the team's score for that week. For example, on Team Strokes, Neil had the lowest score of the group, so his round doesn't count. And on Team GIR, Braden had the lowest score, so his score is also dropped. The remaining top 3 scores from each team are totaled and compared. Whichever team had the higher total earns 3 points toward their season-long team standings. This format will appear 4 times throughout the season.
The next format is the matchups. In this format, each player will be matched up against a player from the opposing team. Whichever player earns more points in their matchup will win their team 1 point. In the scenario below, each team won 2 of their matchups, so both teams earned 2 points for their season total. This event will also happen 4 times this season, which means that each player will face every opponent once.
The third format is the solos. Each player will submit their score as normal, and whichever player has the most points that week will earn their team 2 points towards its team total. In this example, Cannon had the most points and earned Team Strokes 2 points. This event will happen 4 times this season, as shown on the right.
The mini major is a special event that takes place once halfway through the season. It's an 18-hole event worth double points, giving you a big chance to boost your individual total. You can use any combination of 9 holes you played that week, whether it's a full 18 round or 2 separate 9-hole rounds. This event will count only toward your individual points. No team points are awarded. While it's just an individual event, you definitely won't want to skip it since the points are doubled.
The last event format is the Crucible Cup, which is the final event of the season held in Week 14. It's an 18-hole round played all together at the same time on the same course. This event is split into 3 segments. The first 6 holes will be played as 2-man scrambles, followed by the next 6 holes as 2-man alternate shots, and the final 6 holes will be 1v1 matchups. Points are awarded based on performance in each format. 2 points for each scramble and alternate shot win, and 1 point for each matchup win. This will be a big finale to the season and will also include a couple small mini games to earn extra points to determine the season-long winning team and player.
And to wrap us up, here's how to fill out the scorecard this year.
This year's scorecard is similar to last year's, however, there could be some confusion. You'll need to know the course name, which doesn't need to be exactly word for word, the course slope for a full 18 holes, which should be somewhere between 90 and 150, the course rating, which should be between 60 and 80, and the course par for all 18 holes. If you're playing a 9-hole course, make sure you are doubling the slope, rating, and par if they're only providing it for 9 holes.
All of this matters because when you input those values, your adjusted handicap will populate to account for the difficulty of course you are playing. If you play a hard course, you will be rewarded by having a higher handicap and therefore earn more points per hole.
There are also bonus points you earn every week, similar to last year. Just open the drop downs and select if you used a breakfast ball or not on the first tee, and if you lost a ball or not during your round. Both of these are worth 1 extra point to your individual points for the week.
Once all of that is filled out, you input the pars for the holes that you played, as well as what you shot on each hole. Then your points will auto-populate and will total at the bottom right of the scorecard. This is the number that will be used for the team events. And that's all for the season. If you have anything else, just ask Neil.
Go Strokers!